Hi, this is Coach Manny for R.O.X Outdoor Guide, and today we're gonna be talking about camping essentials. So basically we have some stuff here, so I'm gonna go through it randomly, starting from this side. Okay, this is my tent. Okay, importance of tent is I have to be protected from all the elements outside. This is my sleeping bag. It's tight and it's compressed. Okay, these are my clothes, which is waterproof. I always bring two jackets. This one is my outer layer and this one is what we call a windbreaker. This one is my first aid kit. This is basically it's a kit for cooking. And of course, during the night, you should need your torches. I always bring two flashlights with me just in case one conks out. I have another spare here. Okay, very importantly also you have to hydrate properly, so I always been using none. Okay, you just mix it in water like so and you drink it up. Also very important is you always have to have a good nutrition, so I always bring this for instant energy. Of course, it's very different when you take your regular meal. Also important, you have to have your own identification. So if you have dog tags, plastic cards, and those things, always bring it. I actually have two mobile phones. The other one is a smartphone and the other one is an old-fashioned phone which gets better signal. So it's sturdy, tibay, and it will last you longer. Of course, you would need your light to light your stove. Some markers. Markers are very essential because sometimes if you have some, you can put some things that just scribble on your plastic so you can easily identify when you get it. Okay, we have of course, our power bank, multi-tool. Okay, well, for recording. And I'll show you a unique feature of a smartphone which probably we often neglect, is it has a built-in compass here so you can navigate yourself. Of course, we have our slippers. Why do we have to have slippers? Kasi during the campsite, pag nandun ka, you don't have to trample on all the vegetation, so at least minimum impact when you come to the grassy area. Of course, your hydration. So I have two. This one is a Nalgene 1 liter, and of course I have my own hydration water kit which goes inside the pack, so it's more practical when I use it. Together with my first aid kit, I have my own medicines. Of course, you need it, especially when you trek. And eventually, just to be safe, you have to have your own filter. Okay, I've been using this for so many climbs and treks, and I find it really handy. So every time you come in a body of water, you can just insert it, then have your own fix. Okay, now we're just assuming that I'm just camping out for 1 to 2 days. So if I'm gonna be trekking out for a week or so, I'm gonna be bringing different things. But for now, it's a 1 to 2 day trip. So I'll show you how to pack all of these things in one small bag. Okay, first and foremost, please take note that I'm using a waterproof bag. Okay, so if you're not gonna be using a waterproof bag, it's more or less safe to put a big plastic bag first. But since I'm using a waterproof bag, there's no need to use it. Okay, so the first thing I have to put is my hydration. So here at the back and make sure na secured siya. Okay, why am I putting this first? Kasi pag hindi mo nilagay ito, when everything's filled with water, it's gonna be very hard for you to put it inside. So unahin mo muna itong hydration. Okay, so the first thing that goes in is my sleeping bag. Kasi light siya, so all of the light items should be on the bottom of the sleeping bag. Just to give you a tip on how to exactly waterproof your sleeping bag, is you put a plastic liner inside the sack and make sure, okay, to insert the end part, which is yung sa paa mo. Then you just have to stuff it in. Okay, why do you see mountaineers just stuff in the sleeping bags or tent? Okay, Actually, may purpose yan just to avoid all the creases. Kasi every time if you fold it in one area, magkakaroon siya ng crease, and that's where masisira yung ano mo, the materials. So all you need to do, okay, is stuff it inside. While you're stuffing, you're going in this motion, and eventually you'll have it this way. So after inserting everything, not pushing it and rolling it up, all you have to do is compress everything, tighten up the plastic at the same time, let the air out, just give it a little twist, and tug the loops, and there you go. It's all secured. So basically, you don't have to worry of getting your sleeping bag wet whenever you go camping. Now this one will go right here at the bottom. Okay? Next is my tent. Also goes here. Next is my cook set things. Okay, by the way, my stove is also inside a cook set. So I also put it here inside together with my things. It's very important that to save the stuff, you insert yung mga malalambot na area so you can compress it forward. So because we have some hard objects that you don't want to be hitting on your back. So parang iniikot natin siya just to give support. Okay. Jackets. Now here are some of my essentials. I'll also put it here. My tip with tent poles is you always have to put it inside. Why do you have to put it inside? Kasi if you insert it on the side, sometimes mahuhulog siya while you're on the trip on the bus or a van. Then basically, the last thing you need is you get into the campsite and find out that you don't have poles for tents. Okay? Comes, it goes. Okay, another tip rin, if you're gonna be putting a water sa loob ng pack, it has to be close to your back. You can't put the water stuff here medyo sa on the outer side kasi tendency it's gonna push you back. Okay? So after packing everything, the last thing that goes on top would be my ground sheet. Okay, goes on top para pagdating mo sa campsite, you can lay everything there on the ground and put everything on top of the ground sheet. Okay, so eventually you can put it. This one again is my first aid kit, which is on top of everything. This is what you call an RT pack or roll on top. So basically, just roll it. Secure it and sturdy. Slippers, which goes to the side, so you need this as soon as you get to your campsite, so you won't be trampling in the weeds at saka mga grasses along the way. Essential things, which is you need your jacket, the top, just in case it rains, your meds, of course your nutrition, your important stuff, and your torch, just in case it gets dark before you reach the campsite. All of this, put it inside, then secure it on top. So basically, all you need to do is clip on all the ladder locks on place. So make sure it's right before tightening everything in. You have to align everything, and there you go. You have your pack with you. Okay, wearing this probably this around 25 to 30 pounds. So essentially, it's very safe if you just carry 30% of the weight ng pack mo. Okay, so basically on how to wear it, just lean a little bit forward so the weight will transfer forward. Secure the sternum strap. Okay, basically this one, put in tail for the shoulder strap not to fall off. Okay, so I guess that's the camping essentials. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. And on the next episode, we'll talk about on how to take care of your backpack. Again, this is Coach Manny, your R.O.X outdoor guide. Thank you, and I'll be seeing you on the next one.